Hey guys, this is the Dark Passenger, and I just thought that since It Chapter 2 is coming out pretty soon, thought I'd do a video on, Chapter 1. I watched it again recently, and, all of you know what it's about. This is about a group of kids, the Losers Club, and, they face off against Pennywise the Clown, a murderous, this this child-killing clown. That's pretty much what it's about. And yeah, this movie, it's really good in my opinion. I've seen it quite a few times by now. The very first time I saw it in theaters, it really got to me. It really did. It really scared me. I'd never really seen anything like it. It was, I thought it was dark and gritty and that Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, I found him to be way creepier and much better than Tim Curry, for sure. And I still think that, he's really great in this movie. Definitely one of my, probably my favorite movie of 2017 as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna get into this a bit more and just talk about it. So, in the beginning, you all know this scene if you've seen it. You see Bill. He's making a boat for his brother George. He tells him to go downstairs, get the wax to seal the boat. He does that. He comes back up, and he ends up, and he just goes out in the rain in his galoshes to sail it, and it ends up getting away from him in the sewer, and that's when he meets Pennywise the clown. Pennywise the dancing clown. And that scene is probably the creepiest scene in this movie for me. I mean, I wasn't really expecting it to show how Pennywise actually, bit Georgie's arm off. That was actually pretty extreme, in my opinion, but, well, it was rated R, so they could do that in this movie, and it was big screen. So yeah, they definitely were able to do that. They were able to do a lot of things in this movie that they couldn't do in the original miniseries because that was made for TV. And also I noticed that they're more faithful to the book here. I mean, I haven't read the book. I've heard some of the audiobooks, so I can recognize that there are some parts that are in this movie that are identical to the book. And the makeup, Pennywise's makeup is just so creepy. And in this movie, he just always shows up with each of these kids, and he messes with them. He says or does something really creepy just to mess with their minds. Like there's a scene in this where Billy, he goes down to his basement. It's all flooded. He sees Georgie there in the corner, and Georgie basically tells him, the boat got away from him, not to be mad, and then he tells him, if Bill comes with him, he'll float. And then Pennywise comes up out of the water and kind of runs at Bill. That's one of the creepiest scenes in this movie to me as well. I mean, this entire movie was just done so well. Andy Muschietti did a really good job, and I'm looking forward to It Chapter 2 this weekend. I'm gonna go see that in theaters. I mean, I saw all the trailers, and I'm just really excited for this movie. I cannot wait. It'll be great. For sure. Yeah, but this was definitely a a great first part. I'm not going to spoil the ending in case some of you haven't seen it. There's another scene in this. You'll know it if you've seen this as well, where he pops out at them from a slide projector. I mean, they just did so many things with this character that they couldn't do in the miniseries. And you can tell right off the bat that Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise is evil. He's scary. He's not human. He's just this creature, this otherworldly being, pretty much, disguised as a clown. That's what he is. He's not really a clown. That's just his usual form, because he knows a lot of people are afraid of clowns, a lot of kids, and then he just goes and morphs into whatever you're afraid of. He's just a shapeshifter. And there's another scene in the well house. They end up going in there, and Pennywise is there, and there's this one scene where another one of the Losers Club, Eddie, he ends up in this room. Pennywise ends up coming out of the fridge in there. Yeah, out of the fridge in there, and just goes at him, drooling and trying to just scare him and saying, yeah. And he was afraid, obviously, because, Pennywise feeds off your fear. But then, if they're all together, they can kind of stand against him. And that scene in the well house proved it. So that's why Pennywise was trying to separate them, because they can't do anything to him on their own. If they're on their own, if they're separated. And all of you, you know how it ends. If you've seen this, they defeat him. I'm not going to say how, but he slinks back into his hole and just hibernates for 27 years. These incidents, these missing children, whatever, this occurs every 27 years. So Pennywise, he goes to sleep for 27 years, then he wakes up, feeds again for a summer, and just goes to sleep and hibernates again for 27 years. So it's like a cycle. That's what it does. So obviously, as in chapter 2, in the upcoming movie, they'll all be grown up. It's going to be Jessica Chastain as Beverly, Bill Hader's playing Richie, Bill is being played by James McAvoy. That's a really good choice, in my opinion. I really like that choice. And also Jay Ryan as Ben. I don't know who that is. Isaiah Mustafa as Mike. I'm not sure who that is, but I never really heard of him before, but he seems like he might be a good choice for the role from what I've seen in the trailers, I mean. And also there's Andy Bean as Stan. He's obviously not in it for very long. Those of you who have read the book will know what happened to him. I know what happened to him because I actually got up to that part in the audiobook. Something happens to him. He does something to himself in order not to go back to Derry and face Pennywise. And this is, 27 years later. They're all in their 30s by now. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say for now, I guess. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, stay tuned for more reviews, updates, thoughts videos, movie news. Peace.